How you guys doing today? Today, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about a topic. If you want the perfect credit score, you must master these 5 things. I'm going to talk about these 5 things a little bit in depth, so stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel as you guys have been doing. I'm so grateful and so thankful for each and every one of you guys who hit that subscribe button. Let's keep hitting the subscribe button, sharing these videos with friends and family of this free information that can actually help you. Again, don't forget in the month of December for my birthday, you will get, if you sign up for a 30-minute consultation, obviously that is free all the time, but just for signing up for the 30-minute consultation, after the consultation, I will be giving you a copy of my ebook absolutely for free. A lot of information in that ebook. It's about 70 pages of great info regarding credit and debt. Secondly, for those of you who do decide to sign up for credit repair services through Clear and Strategic, which is the company that I own, we are knocking off $20 off of the monthly fee, which will save you a total of $120 within that time span. So for the month of December until my birthday, those are the things that we are doing to help you out with regards to your credit. Obviously, you got to understand this is an investment, but this investment will be well worth it to get yourself into the 700 Club, to save yourself so much money in interest, as well as to give you perks and so forth with the better credit cards and so forth. So if you're interested in that, all that information is down below. Now, building the perfect credit score, there's some things that you just have to master, right, with regards to building the perfect credit score. It took me some time to learn this stuff, but once I actually learned it, it's like a light bulb goes off in your head and everything becomes easy when it comes to credit, applying for credit, as well as how you use your credit and when to apply for credit. So all of that stuff pays big dividends once you have the knowledge and understanding with regards to it. And before you can have the knowledge and understanding, obviously you have to clean up your credit first, and then the building of the credit. That's the understanding, the knowledge to where you can go to the moon. But let's talk about these 5 things that you have to master if you want the perfect credit score. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the payment history. Payment history represents 35% of your FICO score. It represents the highest amount of your FICO score. So your payment history is very, very key. It's very vital. I always tell people that you never have a late payment. Now, if you do have a late payment and you've been dealing with a creditor for some time and you only have 1 or 2 late payments, there is a free goodwill letter down below. Send that to the creditor. A lot of times with that will help you out and get rid of those late payments. But you cannot have late payments. Your payment history is so key. When creditors look at you, one of the main things they want to look at is if you make your payments on time. And if you're a person who makes your payments on time, that will obviously help build your FICO score, as well as creditors will look at you and say, hey, you're less risky because you make your payments on time. Number 2, credit utilization. This represents 30% of your FICO score. Credit utilization. Those of you out there who have your credit cards and they're maxed out and you're applying for other credit cards, that's mainly the reason probably why the new creditor is not going to give you a new credit card. If you max out your credit cards, this is typically what happens with people who max out their credit card. And trust me, I understand because I've been there. I've maxed out my credit cards and I know what happens. You start paying that the minimum payment, and a lot of times if your balance is high, like in my case, it was I had a $3,000 balance. The interest on the credit card was pretty high. I think it was at like 19 or 25%, somewhere in between there. So my monthly payment was like $350. It's like a car payment for a credit card that you're not even getting any benefit out of. And by paying that low monthly payment, as we all know, majority of the money goes to the interest and then a little bit goes towards the actual principal balance. So that's why it's very important you use your credit cards like debit cards. Keep your utilization at 10% if you have to, and even lower. And for those of you who've maxed it out, it's not the end of the world. Take it from maxed out 100% to 80% to 70%, 50%, 30% on down to zero utilization is always the best, because you save yourself on interest, as well as you're only paying what you actually use on the credit card and you still get the same benefits. Number 3, length of credit history. That represents 15% of your credit card, your length of credit history. Now, the reality is, with regards to building your length of credit history, this is something that's just gonna take time, right? As you get brand new credit cards, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, as long as you don't close out those credit card balances, that will help with regards to your length of credit history. A lot of times it's just making sure you're making your payments each month on time for 3+ years. Now, another way to help you out is with an authorized user. Finding somebody who's responsible, who does not max out their credit card, and using them as an authorized user. And then if they've had a credit card for like 5 years, you get that 5-year credit history averaged into whatever else credit cards that you may have with regards to that history. Now, if you don't know anyone, in the month of December, same thing until my birthday, I do have a credit card. It's an American Express with a 19,500 credit limit. I am adding authorized users. I know that I only have 7 slots, and during this time span, we're doing it for $350 for 6 months. So you can be added as an authorized user for $350. That will show on your credit report for up to 6 months. And there's a strategy with regards to adding an authorized user, but if you had any questions, all that information will be down below. Number 4 is the type of credit in use, which is considered your credit mix. That represents 10% of your FICO score. Now, creditors like to see that you have installment loans, that you have revolving loans, right? They like to see that you have a mortgage. They like to see that you have a car loan. They like to see that you have a variety of credit cards. Installment loans are loans that you actually pay for a duration of a time, and then obviously the balance is done. Revolving balances are things like credit cards, where no matter what, if you had a balance of $10,000, you paid that, you used up $10,000, and then you paid it off. You have that revolving balance constantly, and it always stay there. But they like to see a credit mix. They want to see you using a little bit of different credit, not just the same credit. And then number 5, which is the biggest thing with regards to a lot of clients that I get for credit repair, is your inquiries, right? You want to have 2 inquiries for 2 years. A lot of times when creditors look at your credit profile and it shows that you have 15, 20 different inquiries, then they look at you as risky a lot of times, because it shows that you're trying to apply for a lot of credit. Now, I do understand that a lot of people out there, you go on apply for a brand new car, your FICO score is not so good, you go to one of those potlucks or even a bigger car dealership, and they'll send your credit profile to like 10, 15 different loan companies to try and get you approved for that car payment. And that's why it's so key before doing so that you go down to your local bank or your credit union, you get a pre-approval amount for a car, so that way they only ran your credit one time, you got approved for whatever amount it is, and you can actually go onto the car lot. It helps with your negotiation and so forth, and you don't have that car company running your credit 15 to 20 times. I see it all the time. So If your credit's not good enough to get a car, I always say wait, try and build your credit, invest in a company and so forth to do so. But those are the 5 things that you have to master if you want the perfect credit score. Now, if you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as I always state, you be great.